Driving the country by car and visiting some of our favorite restaurants is a symbol of Americana that we all share. Today, I'm in Bowling Green, Kentucky at the Duncan Hines Days, learning about the original foodie that started it all, the man himself, Duncan Hines. Join me today on this special episode of The American Dream. I'm your host, Melissa Albert.
Many people are surprised to know that Duncan Hines was indeed a real person. A Bowling Green native, he spent the 30s traveling the country as a salesman. He would add notes in his Christmas cards to his friends and family of his favorite locations to stop and eat. And they were so popular that in 1935 he self-published Adventures in Good Eating. In 1938, his book was featured in the Saturday Evening Post and his popularity exploded. His reviews were so important that lending his recommendation or name to a business or product meant its success, as people would travel across the state or country to try it. He was the original foodie, and his reviews were like receiving a Michelin star, and he's widely known as the father of American tradition of cross-country family car vacations. After retiring from sales, he stayed in Bowling Green, where he focused on his publishing and household foods and goods business until he passed in 1959.
Everybody, I am joined today by Dolly Parton herself.
Hey,
We are in the Kentucky Museum in the Duncan Hines exhibit. This is a replica of Duncan's kitchen. Here's the man himself cooking us breakfast.
We found him, y'all.
This is the amazingly talented Natasha Neely. You're joining us today.
Of course, I'm happy to be here.
Natasha is part of the Duncan Hines Days, and this is your second year with it.
Yes, I was present for the big inaugural Duncan Hines Festival last year, and I'm telling you, 4 days of fun. We had a ball.
What's your favorite part of the Duncan Hines Days?
Ooh, there's so many festivities, it's hard to pick a favorite. But I think some of the things that stood out from last year were we had a little baking show with Pie Queen. That was a lot of fun. We baked some of Duncan Hines mixes here, so you can see. We also had a parade, which was big kickoff. A lot of people came out for that. That was fun. And then, of course, my show. I always look forward to doing my Dolly show with my band from Nashville. And we do a lot of Dolly songs that tell stories about her life. And in fact, we're going to do it again today. So I hope to see some of y'all later.
I am honored today to be joined by a man with many impressive titles. 3-time Grammy Award winner, American Music Association Lifetime Achievement Award winner for instrumentalist, 4-time IBMA Mandolin Player of the Year, impressive 2-time International Bluegrass Hall of Fame inductee, and add in the nicknames such as Father of Newgrass and the King of Telluride. Welcome, Sam. We are so honored to have you with us today.
Thank you, Melissa. Boy, after all that, I'm exhausted.
Some of our viewers might not be so familiar with bluegrass styles or newgrass styles. Could you explain to them a little bit about the difference between bluegrass and newgrass?
Yeah, bluegrass music can literally be traced. You can trace the origins back to when Bill Monroe started his band, and because he was from Kentucky, he called it the Bluegrass Boys. The way Bob Marley played rhythm guitar with the backbeat chunk, that sounded to me somewhat like the way Bill Monroe chunks the mandolin, hit the rhythm chop. It's called the chop. And the way Bob Marley would make this rhythm chop, it attracted me to that music. And then later I realized what an incredible songwriter Marley was, and the whole way that reggae has a different way you play the bass and the drums than rock and roll. So in that way, that became one of our influences too. There's little jazzy influences that we have, but so is gospel music and folk and even country comes into it. So this newgrass kind of music is, again, using traditional bluegrass instrumentation for much more of a musical free trip.
Thank you for joining me on this special segment of The American Dream at the Duncan Hines Days. We came, we ate a lot, we had a lot of fun, and we learned a little history about the original foodie, Duncan Hines. Until next time, I'm your host of The American Dream, and this is Living in Kentucky.